It's been a busy week for eBay. We've got 10 comic books that are flying off the shelves. So go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room. And just like that, we're back with another episode of, Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3. And before I get started, I want to do what I always do, which is thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. Thank you for inviting me to your homes. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to share my love of the hobby with you, the comic book community. I'm back with another top 10 list and market update that will keep you informed on what's going on that secondary market. So hit that like, hit the subscribe. We got 10 comic books that are flying off the shelves. So we're going to start the list off like this. It's good vibes only, baby. So check your nonsense at the door because we are here only for the love of the hobby. At the list at number 10, we got to talk about Spider-Man. This is issue number 1, that silver Todd McFarlane cover. This book was released on August 1st, 1990. Last recorded sale for this book was $17. This book is currently up 15.74%, ladies and gentlemen. Raw copies are going for $13, while the average graded copy is going for $102. There has been 3,502 sales of this particular book so far. And keep in mind that there was a high sale that took place back in May 30th of 2021, where this book sold for $5,602, and that was for a 10.0. Now, when it comes to census, raw, you can get a near mint copy for $16. Now, if you're looking for a 9.8 graded version, that'll cost you about $102. A fine in raw condition will cost you about $6, and let's say like a fine maybe in like a 9.2 condition cost you about $40. So these are excellent prices for buy-in, right? So you don't have to spend a lot of money for these particular comics. Now, although this book is up, this book is flying off the shelf. So you might want to take a second look and give it some consideration. All right? Now, at the number 9, ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about one of our favorite superheroes. Let's talk about Wolverine, issue number 1. This book was released in November 1st of 1998. It's a key, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wolverine's first ongoing solo series and the debut of Black Wolverine and his debut with the Black Wolverine costume. This book last recorded sale was $62, and that was for a raw copy that was in near mint condition. This book is currently up 0.70%, ladies and gentlemen, with the average raw copy going for $52 and the average graded copy going for $375. Now, there has been 5,284 total sales of this book so far. And there was a high sale of $1,550 back in December 31st of 2017, and that was for a CGC 9.9. Near mint copies in raw condition will run you about $68. Near mint copies in graded condition at a 9.8 are running you about $375. Of course, we know lower grades are going for less. Raw copies in very good condition cost you about $35. And if you want to get one graded, raw copy in very good condition, will probably run you about the same thing, about $35. So you pick your poison, decide which one you want, and you can go from there. But these books are flying off the shelf. And now it seems like a perfect opportunity to get your hands on this book. So keep your eye on it because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. And keep your eye out for us, Keep It Comics, because we're here every week dropping a hot 10 list of comic books that are moving on the secondary market. What's up, what's down, what you might want to take a look at, and maybe even some books you may want to stay away from because FOMO is real and the speculation game is all over the place right now. And speaking of speculation, there's no speculating about this vibe juice. I do it for the love of the hobby, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where we at on the list at number 8. We got to talk about Marvel Superheroes, Secret Wars, and this is issue number 8. Now, I've been watching this book for quite some time, and definitely ever since Secret Invasion came out, because we never know where that story is going to lead to. This book is the direct edition, all right? So you want to pay attention. It is a key, ladies and gentlemen. Origin of the alien symbiote that becomes Spider-Man's black suit and later becomes Venom, all right? So these are the things that you want to know. Last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was $140. This book is currently up, ladies and gentlemen, at 2.54%. Average price for a raw copy is going to run you about $147. Average price for a graded copy is going to run you about $694. There has been 7,104 units of this book that have moved so far, right? So this book is definitely flying off the shelf. You got 3,986 raw copies that have moved, and you've got 3,118 graded copies that have moved. There was a high sale that took place for CGC 9.9. That was back in 2021, when that book sold for $16,800. Excuse me. But fair market value is saying that a raw copy in very fine condition will run you about $147, while fair market value is also saying that a graded CGC 9.8 will run you roughly about $694. So if you're interested in Secret Wars issue number 8, keep your eye out on this book, ladies and gentlemen, because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. Now, at the list at number 7, and we want to talk about Extreme Venomverse, issue number 4. This is the Linnell Francis Yu regular variant. All right, it's getting a lot of love. It's getting some heat on the secondary market. I mean, the last recorded sale for this book was only for $4. Great price point for buy-in. But this book is up 79.33% in the past week since it's been released. Average price for a raw copy right now is $40. All right. Now, there are no slabs just yet because this is still a new copy. This is still a new book, and it just came out. There's been a total of 37 recorded sales so far on the secondary market. There was a high sale that took place back on July 6th of 2023 where this book sold for $112. And like I said, fair market value is saying that a near mint book raw will cost you about $49. So keep your eye on Venomverse because it's moving on the secondary market too. This new manga version of Venom has really caught people's attention. I know manga is really big out there. So this is one you may want to add to your collection. Definitely moving off the shelves. It's going quick because when I went in to the comic book shop yesterday, they only had 2 copies left on the shelf. So definitely you might want to grab yourself one before they're all gone. They're flying off the shelves, ladies and gentlemen. This is one you might want to take a second look at. Now, this next book we're going to take a look at is Hulk Annual, issue number 1, and this is the Gary Frank regular cover. I know, ladies and gentlemen, the Hulk has been doing really well. This is actually a good story. Now, here's the thing. Although this book is currently down 2.75%, this book is still flying off the shelf. Well, now this book is a couple of weeks old. When this book got released, people are so intrigued by this new story and where it's going. It's a lot darker. I believe there's like a first appearance in this book as well. It's a dark story, and it's looked like it's giving a little origin, a little backstory about some possible connection to Hulk and this character named the Elder, right? So, but this book, although it is down, it is flying off the shelves. People want this book, and you might want to reach out for it yourself. Last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was $20. This book is currently going on average for $21 for a raw copy, and a graded copy will run you about $53. Now, check this out. There has been 140 total sales this week alone on the secondary market, with a high sale taking place of $55 back in June 19th of 2023, and that was for a CGC 9.8. So there's already slabs of this book out there on the market. Fair market value is saying that a raw copy should run you about $21, and a graded 9.8 should run you about $53 at the moment. This is what it looks like for near mint conditions that have been slabbed, all right? So 9.8 near mints run you about $53 to $55, and anything in a raw condition should cost you about a little bit over 20 bucks. So this is not a bad book for investment. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So keep your eye out on this book, because this book is definitely moving on the secondary market too. All right. So make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. If you guys have read Hawk Annual issue number 1, tell us what you think about it. I read it. I enjoyed it. It's a great book. I actually have it sitting right here. This is one of the covers for it right here. This is an awesome book. All right. So I highly recommend that if you want to read it. It's a great book. All right. So this next book on the list we want to talk about is World Tree, and this is issue number 1. All right. This is the corrected edition. I know when this book first hit the market, it was heavily sought after because it was an error print, right? Something was going on with it, and nobody wanted to miss out on it, so everybody was trying to grab this book. Well, this is the corrected version. The last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was $3. And again, although this book is down 13.19%, this book continues to fly off the shelves as well. Average price for a raw copy right now is about $4. Average price for CGC 9.8, we're running about $92, and that's for that graded copy. Last recorded total numbers for this book, we've got 152 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. 146 raw copies have sold, and 6 slabs have sold so far. And we did have a high sale that took place back in July 5th of 2023 for $141, and that was for CGC 9.8. So there seems to be a great deal of interest in World Tree issue number 1. It has to be a great story. It must be a great story. I have not read it. I'm just showing you what the numbers are. I actually don't have this book in my collection. I don't think that I'll be going after this particular book, but that doesn't mean you might not want to. So that's why it's on the list. All right, it is one of the books that's flying off the shelves this week, and I promise to make sure that I tell you the books that we're moving. All right, so near mint condition, graded, should run you about $92 for CGC 9.8, and a 9.6 will cost you about 20 bucks. Yeah, those are the numbers. All right, so keep your eye out on World Tree because it seems to be doing well on the secondary market. Moving right along, we got to talk about one of our favorite anti-heroes, right? Let's talk about Venom, Lethal Protector. And this is issue number 1, the regular cover. We already know that this is a key. It's the first solo title featuring Venom. Last recorded sale for this book was in the CGC 9.8, and that book went for $125, my friends. Yes. This book is currently up at 11.71%, with the average price for a raw copy being $22 and the average price for a graded copy being $96. This book has sold 4,318 raw copies and 1,914 graded copies, giving us a total of 6,232 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. We did have a high sale that took place back in October of 2018, where that book sold for $1,105. But between then and now, I know you can get this book for a pretty decent price. That 9.9 seems to be the golden egg. If you can get your hands on that book, I think that'll definitely be worth adding to your collection. Like I said, the 9.9 took place in 2018. So between then and now, you may be able to get a good price on that book. All right, so Venom, Lethal Protector, issue number 1 is definitely doing big things on the secondary market. A very fine book in raw condition will run you about 27 bucks. But if you're looking to get your hands on very fine in graded condition, a 9.0 costs you about $52. All right. So, those are not bad numbers. I like them. Definitely worth looking at. And Venom is always going to be around. Venom's not going anywhere. One of our greats. All right. Now, here's a modern book that's been doing good on the secondary market. This book also is only about a couple of weeks old itself, all right? Let's talk about Star Wars, Dr. Aphra. And this is issue number 33, that David Marquez variant. This is the 1 in 25, I believe it is. I could be mistaken, but leave a comment in the comment section if this is, because it's actually not even noting that it's the 1 in 25. Maybe eBay has it marked as the 1 in 25. But I know that this book out the gate was just flying off the shelves. Like, very few comic shops had this book left on the shelves. They were pulling it because of the first appearance in here. It's got the first cameo appearance of Stewart. Appears on Star Weird. Star Weird is the name that they call it. Star Weird appears on 4 panels, unnamed. He has no dialogue. But I actually read the story. It's a pretty good story. You can go out, you can grab one, check it out for yourself. Luke and Dr. Aphra, they go back to this old Jedi temple. There's this bell that's chiming. As long as this bell is chiming, you're safe. But when that bell stops chiming, something's wrong. At the end, what they realize is that it's not a Jedi training temple. It's actually a prison, and it's holding this entity, right? So, but actually, it was a good story. I really enjoyed it, and it's doing well on the secondary market. That's why it's on the list. Definitely flew off the shelves. I saw one copy in the comic shop that I went into yesterday. And yes, and again, make sure you guys are checking out your local comic book shop. Before you're going on eBay checking for these books, make sure you go into the stores and physically look for them, because we have to make sure we're supporting our local comic book shops, because we don't want to lose our brick and mortars to, just us spending all our money on eBay. I like to show the brick and mortars love, just to let them know that they're supported by me. And, I love the hobby, man, and I love every aspect of it. I love doing what I do. I love going into the shops, seeing the smiling faces when you ring, when you walk through the door, and where everybody knows your name, that type of thing. So I enjoy that. And I think they appreciate us coming in, sharing a little bit of the money that we earn to help them support what they got going on too. So one hand washes the other, and they both wash the face, that type of thing. So make sure you're supporting the local comic book shops. All right, so that was my public service announcement. Let's get back to it. Average price for a raw copy for this book was $21. Now, there are no graded numbers on this book just yet, because like I said, it's a new copy. This book is up 15.65%. Last recorded sale was $20. All right. Now, so far this week, this book has sold 69 total copies on the secondary market. There's been 69 raw copies that has moved, and I think this book will continue to do numbers, because like I said, this, not only do you get a first appearance, but it's actually a good story arc, and a lot of Star Wars fans may want to have this book in their collection. So I anticipate this book to continue to do well. Here are the numbers in raw copies, right? So near mint run you about $21, very fine about $12, very good about $17, and those are numbers, man. Those are price points worthy of a good buy-in for a book that may be hot for a very long time, all right? And nobody's having more fun than me. So with this next comic book on the list, we got to talk about Spider-Man issue number 7, the Humberto Ramos, and this is the top secret spoiler variant. Listen, this book continues to be around. This book is around. For some reason, it's lasting. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's powering this book. Is the comic book community curious as to who this character is? Where has he been? And what are we going to do with him? I don't know. I thought this book would have gone up and then just fell off the map, right? But this book continues to rear its head up. This book has been hanging around. I've been watching on eBay. Prices continue to just maintain themselves at about $32 to $39 asking price on eBay. I'm amazed, but it's on the list. It flew off the shelves, and it's still here, man, and it seems to be still relevant, right? So let's talk about it. It's the first appearance of Spider-Boy. Now, although the sales are down 6.61%, last recorded sale for this book was $110, and that was for a 9.8 back in July 7th. So that was just a couple of days ago. Average price for a raw copy is $41. Average price for a graded copy will run you about $133. There has been 1,569 raw copies that have sold and 453 graded copies of this book that have sold, giving us a total of 2,022 copies of this book that has moved on the secondary market. Now, there has been a high sale that took place back in April 14th of 2023, where this book sold for $199 for the CGC 9.8. And like I said, we don't know what's to happen or what's to come with this Spider-Boy thing, but man, he's still here. He hasn't gone anywhere. This is one of those books that I thought, it's just another Spider thing, and they're just, just another token character. They're just throwing everything, and Marvel's throwing everything at the wall when it comes to Spider-Man. Like, you got to Spider anything. Like, I don't know. I'm not going for it. I mean, you guys do what you want to do. It's your money. Spend it how you want. Like I said, have fun doing it. But me, and I guess I'm kind of like contradicting myself because I have this book in my collection, but I got them for cover price. You know what I mean? Like the comic book shop that I frequent, they take care of me. So I really don't have to go crazy about books when they come out in spike because my guys will take them, tuck them in my folder, and they'll charge me the $3.99 or the $4.99 on the cover, and I really don't have to worry about it too much. You know, but for everybody to be going crazy over this book, I just don't see it, man. So, but it is what it is, yo. I'm not going to hate. I'm going to congratulate. Yo, Spider-Man, issue number 7, guys. That top secret spoiler joint is definitely on the move, man, so keep your eye on it. And you guys, be sure to hit that like, hit the subscribe button, because we're here every week. We do this for the love, nothing extra. We just want to have fun, all right? So we're going to talk about and double down on another book that we spoke about earlier, but this is a different cover. So let's go back and let's talk about Extreme Venomverse issue number 1, and this is the 1 in 25 variant. All right? Yeah. Super nice looking cover, right? I like it. I like the pink and the black. But again, you know, all these different versions of our original characters, I would love to see some new characters, man. Like I'm really, and I was saying this yesterday too in the comic book shop. I'm really just, I'm not impressed by like what we've been getting as far as new superheroes and new characters. Like I'm over it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm over it, guys. Like, can we get some new characters? Can we get some new exciting characters, man, to further grow our Marvel universe, man? Like, why do we keep making different versions of characters that already exist? We don't need 30 different Venoms, man. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going off on a rant. Let me get back to it. That's just my personal opinion, which I know don't amount to a hill of beans, right? All right, so Extreme Venomverse issue number 4. This book last recorded sale for a raw copy was $138. And I looked at this book on eBay, and this book is going crazy on eBay. Now, I know manga is very popular out there, but be careful of this particular book, right? Because this also looks like other characters that we've seen in the manga universe. So I don't see anything new. I don't see anything spectacular. I don't see any reason why there should be a feeding frenzy over this book. Now, this book is up 2.75%, and it is flying off the shelves. Like I said, average raw copy is about $150. Average graded copy, there's already a graded copy going for $325, right? So the average graded copy going for $325. We had a high sale that took place back in July 6th of 2023, where a graded CGC 9.8 went for $350. All right, so that must have been one of those send it in. You can pay for it. You can buy it now. We'll send it in, get it graded at a 9.8, and then you can have it. It might have been one of those type of deals, right? There's been a total of 92 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. 89 raw copies and 3 graded copies have sold so far. So this book seems to be doing well. Fair market value says that $325 is a worthy number for the CGC 9.8 in this book. And if you wanted a near mint copy in raw condition, it'll cost you about $100. You can check on eBay and look at the numbers for yourself. This book is definitely doing numbers. Like, people are definitely out there going after this book. I don't know if I'll be chasing this book myself. I'm probably just going to leave it alone, man, and let you guys have it. From eBay to go collect to cover price, this is what I'm pulling, right? This is the information that I see. But one thing I noticed is that a lot of books, like where they did like super high print counts, at some point they had to like they had to secure a valuable book. So that's where you'll get that 9.9 from. That's where you'll get that 10.0. Right? Because everything can't be a 9.8. If everything's a 9.8, then the book has no value, right? So that's what I'm noticing. That's what I'm learning. So it's interesting to see how certain books where they did mega print runs on it, it has to have like a 9.9 or a 9.8 to separate it from the other ones. Because if you get 50,000 people sending in comic books and most of them are coming back 9/8, then that book it has no value. Everybody has one, you know, so they have to separate it. And others won't be graded, and that's the kicker. Other books will not be graded at a 9.9, even if it is a 9.9. Hey, it's the game. It is what it is, right? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the list. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, because there'll be another one next week. If you didn't, it's all good, man. Leave a comment in the comment section, and I ain't going nowhere. I love what I do. I do it for the culture. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm glad you stuck around to the end, because we want to make the announcement. R-Dub, hit me up. C.3.comics and IG. You are the winner of the $50 gift card. Congratulations. Yes. 500 likes. We did that, comic book community. I appreciate y'all for that. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let me get out of here. You know what I always say? Don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, always keep it comics. And make sure you check out that next video. Later, Gators. You know what it is.